So why is patience with children necessary? Well, let's open our Bibles to Deuteronomy, the 6th chapter, and we're going to look at verses 6 and 7. Deuteronomy, chapter 6, and verses 6 and 7. And it reads, "These words that I am commanding you today must be on your heart, and you must inculcate them in your sons and speak of them when you sit in your house and when you walk on the road and when you lie down and when you get up." Now, the expression "these words" is a reference to verse 5, which says you must love Jehovah your God with your whole heart, soul, and strength. So parents really are being told in this scripture, Deuteronomy chapter 6, that parents must use each day to get the love for Jehovah in the child's heart. But first, where does it have to be? It should be in the parent's heart. No, not should. It must be in the parent's heart. That takes patience to get the love for Jehovah God into a child's heart. It takes patience to help a child see that Jehovah is a person and to appreciate the person behind the name. It takes patience to turn thoughts into feelings, to understand that every happy moment in life is a precious gift from Jehovah God. It takes patience to help a child be grateful, to expect nothing, but to appreciate everything. The picture painted in Deuteronomy chapter 6 is not a rigid picture of a school-like setting. No, if the love of God is in a parent's heart, then throughout the day, talk about Jehovah will be natural. Talking about Jehovah makes us happy. Talking about Jehovah makes our children happy. And it certainly makes Jehovah's happy.
I would be interested to know whether this guy has children. I would be genuinely fascinated to know whether he has freeness of speech in this area, as we would say when we were Jehovah's Witnesses. Because he is, after all, a Bethelite. So statistically speaking, the probability of him being a father is tiny. This is Jeff Malone, by the way, from the Warwick Bethel, the Warwick facilities of Jehovah's Witnesses, taking us through the symposium item on the Saturday morning. With patience, put up with one another in love, your children. And what he's giving here is essentially a child indoctrination 101. And of all of the disturbing, chilling, highly triggering stuff we've just heard, here's one particular messed up idea that I found personally triggering.
Now, the expression "these words" is a reference to verse 5, which says you must love Jehovah your God with your whole heart, soul, and strength. That takes patience to get the love for Jehovah God into a child's heart.
I've spoken before on the channel about how this particular aspect of my upbringing as a Jehovah's Witness troubled me. Even as a child, I grappled with this constant indoctrination, these constant reminders that I needed to love Jehovah, a person I'd never met, with my, not just a bit, not just a significant part of my heart, soul, mind, and strength, but with all of it. So I had to love, again, a person I'd never met more than I loved my parents and my sister. And that really did a number on my young mind. I can remember challenging my parents about it in the car. Perhaps we were on the way to the Kingdom Hall, I don't know. But I remember saying to them, how can I do it? How can I love Jehovah more than I love you? But that's what's being asked, not just of my parents, but of generations of parents right through to today. what comes first is from the moment a child is able to talk, from the moment they're able to reason and have conversations, Jehovah's Witness parents need to start the process of turning them into Jehovah's Witness drones. And here's an example of some of the warped reasoning Jehovah's Witness parents are expected to use on their children.
It takes patience to help a child see that Jehovah is a person and to appreciate the person behind the name. It takes patience to turn thoughts into feelings, to understand that every happy moment in life is a precious gift from Jehovah God.
Every happy moment in life is a gift from Jehovah God. That's what they've got to teach their children. If something nice happens to you, if someone gives you something that you really like, or they do something really kind, maybe you have a really special holiday with your family. Maybe you're swimming in the sea and you have an amazing experience. Maybe you have a really happy memory. That's Jehovah. That's total nonsense. It doesn't make a shred of sense. It is lying to children. It's messing around with their development. And if Jeff Malone really believes this, how does he account for when bad things happen? So what he's essentially saying is, if good things happen to you, that's Jehovah. If bad things happen to you, that must be something else. You can't have it both ways. Either Jehovah is intervening in your life to give you all of these positive experiences, in which case he's also responsible for the negative experiences, for the grief, trauma, heartache you go through, or he isn't.